So today I will be showing you the final product of my project. It's been about 17 weeks since I've worked on it. If you've seen the previous videos, well, it pretty much built up to this. So we'll just take a look at everything around. Basically, I've milled all my boards. So everything is connected into my microcontrollers that you've seen on my breadboards in the previous videos are actually here. My Raspberry Pi is connected to right here, and my power supply, which is a switching power supply, is connected here. So basically, the user would come in and they would see something of this sort. So we'll just take one card. If we were to scan this, it'll say welcome Anthony. At this point they will ask what is the passcode, so I'll dial in 1. So basically the door is now opened. If we were to try and nudge this, it won't move unless we scan the card again. Alternatively, I also demonstrated that if the person is inside, they could actually get out by this switch right here. So basically, they can turn it on and turn it off whenever they want to. I wanted to use a push button so that it actually simulates that when you press the button, it only unlocks it for that certain period of time. But because I had issues when I put this onto the breadboard with just a push button, it caused the solenoid lock right here to unlock on its own with no will of my push button. So I ended up opting for a switch instead. So basically, if someone were to steal my card right here and they were to scan the card, it would still display everything. But if they were to put the wrong password, it wouldn't show them invalid. Now, also another thing that my project will do is it will send an SMS. So basically, if we were to go into my messages, you'll see that I've gotten a message, a text message based on the invalid signal. It'll give me the message intruder, and then if I were to actually go on to the URL, open it, it'll send me to my website right here. Now, if I were to actually go into it, I've actually added my username and password, so this way it's easier for me to actually demonstrate it. I don't think it is clear actually. Give me a second. Let's see if it's any more clear. Oh, no, it's not. Regardless, we just press login. And basically right here is a webcam, and you could actually see me recording myself. It's a bit choppy, but you have the gist of the idea that there is at least someone on my doorstep. So basically now, the cool thing about what I've built in my project is that if the user is away from their home, they'll get this text message, they'll be able to see the person on the other side of the webcam, and if the person is a friend, then they could actually have the option of unlocking it. So let's just see that this is unlocked. We'll just zoom in there's a button. I'm not sure if you can see it. No, you can't. Well, right here, basically, it's written unlock. So if I were to press this button, it'll unlock itself. So if you want to see that again, I just go here and press this button, and it'll unlock itself. Now, just for sakes of actually knowing who's been coming in, who's been going near the doorstep, if they've actually proven their authentication valid or invalid, you just go into this button called View Logs right here. I don't know if it's going to be clear for you guys to see it. I'm going to try and see. Okay, so yes, it's clear enough. So you can see that the card had scanned Anthony with the right password, and right on top you can see the password that was entered. And this would at least give you an idea if the person was authenticated or not authenticated. So basically, this is the end of my project. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you have any questions, feel free to leave comments or anything. If anything, actually, I can display other card names, so this way people can see that there is a difference. So here is the second ID, giving a second person's name. This passcode. And we'll just take the last card. And it seems to be malfunctioning. But anyway, show must go on. It'll still unlock itself. Basically, to check this out, we'd have to go back to the logs. And we'll just press back right here. And we're back into view logs. So just to see the logs that were entered, we'll just zoom in. You could actually, if I could zoom in just a little bit, you could actually see who came in just by right here. So you can see the two people's names and the invalid right before that. So there you go, just a proof of concept. Some issues with my project is the microcontroller. At a certain point it'll start failing just because I've used it multiple times. So a way to go around it is to actually reprogram it, which is fine because most of the components that are here are modular, so you could actually unplug them. So let me just shut my power off to not cause any issues. But basically they're modular blocks, so you could actually unplug them without having any issues and plug them back. And you could do the same thing with any of the components right here if they were to fail. Let me just try and put this back. So I made sure that the program itself would not, well, the project itself would actually be modular so that any users that want to use this wouldn't have any trouble actually getting the components and putting it back in rather than milling the board, which is actually very hard, and you'd have to find the people to actually do it for you. It's the same thing with most of the components here, except for the transistor right there. Most of them are modular, so you could just unplug it and just put it back and, if anything, replace them. The power supply isn't modular right here because most of it can't be moved around or can't be mucked around. They should stay in place just for safety reasons, and also because you don't want to have any shorts or anything like that, so everything was kept in one place. And I made sure that that the cables go through a raceway so that it's easier for the user to know where things go. So here this would be LCD keypad, so all the cables that belong to the LCD and the keypad go through here, and everything that's connected to LED and the power cables are gone through here so that they don't mix around. If we were to actually pull this, you could see that this is just fed from all the cables going to the microcontroller. Anyway, thank you for your time, and sorry, this is now the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed looking at this project from the beginning to the end. If you have any questions, once again, please feel free to let me know. Thank you, and have a good day.